This is a perfect strategy for the newcomer traders. Hello guys, in today's video we are going to discuss the strategy that you can use straight after registering your account and opening the platform for the first time. So let's go to the chart and see what it is. Okay, so we are in the platform and this is the Brent crude oil chart. This is a 1 hour time frame, so you can change the time frames over here. In any platform, it is very convenient to set those settings. So now let's add the indicators. Those indicators you can add whichever platform you use. So first one is 3 moving averages. I think the best ones are by the username Advent Trading, because they are already straight out of the box, we could say, ready to go. So these 3 moving averages you can add separately by yourself, but here is a quick convenient way. The averages, those moving averages analyzing are analyzing periods as follows: 50, 100 and 200. So they have a different, we could say, speed of the market analysis. And that's the first ingredient. Second one is Williams Fractals. So, but this indicator we need to tweak a little bit, but just a little. First thing, the analyzed periods from 2, you need to change to 10, and the style change. The red one change to the green color, and the green color change to the red one. It will help you to better digest when to open a short and a long trade. Trust me on that. So the setup is ready. Now let's discuss the examples for short trade and long trade. Let's begin with the long one. First thing that we need to see is that the moving averages has to be perfectly aligned in order. So first one, the price of course needs to go above them. And the 50 period needs to be above the first one, then 100 period moving average, and then 200 period moving average. After that, we are waiting for the confirmation from the fractals. So basically, we need to have this signal from the indicator. And right here, we are opening the transaction on the long side. We are buying essentially. So let's simulate the entry into the market. The fractal was shown at this candle. So let's zoom in and check. At this candle, so the closing of this candle is the level where we are opening the trade. So right over here at the opening of the next one. As for the stop loss, we are checking the left side as always. And here it is slightly difficult, so we need to search for the nearest lowest point, the nearest low, we could say. So in this example, one, we can refer to the moment over here, this fractal, when the fractal shows up, or we can check this small low, this through on the left side over here, because if we check further down the timeline, you can see that the stop loss would be too far from the entry point and the risk would be too high. So let's set it over here. As for the take profit level, the risk reward ratio should be 1 to 2. So set it 1 to 2, and boom, this trade would be also profitable. Next, we have this example over here. So again, the closing level of this candle is the level where we open the trade. Because again, the moving averages are in the correct order. Set it over here, the closing level of this candle. As for the stop loss, we could either refer to this or to this. It is. Let's check how this would turn out. Of course, risk reward. So we are basically referring to this lowest point, this low that was created on the previous couple of hours. So mark 2 to 1 risk reward ratio. Barely, but we could make a profit on this one. Of course, it depends how much would you add, the pip or two, or how far would you set the stop loss. But yeah, if you wouldn't make it right here, let's check the left side. Yeah, we would have to wait a little bit longer. If we would, for example, set it slightly over here and then 2 to 1, yeah, do it like this. So that's the example for a long trade. Now let's discuss example for a short trade. So of course we need to have the opposite situation. Of course, the other thing to mention is that the price, firstly, cannot, and I'm serious about it, cannot go below the 200 period moving average. So the situations like this wouldn't matter. We wouldn't take into account this situation, because the price went down, the fractal went, but first thing, the price went below the 200 period moving average, and as you can see here, the 50 period moving average crossed the 100 period moving average, as you can see. So that would not work for us. So let's check. Let's check the example for a short trade. Okay, so we have the situation over here. We were having this small consolidation. As you can see, the moving averages were crossing each other. The price went above the 200 period moving average. Right here we have the good situation, but again, price went above the 200 period moving average. The fractal went, yeah, shows us the signal, but yeah, we do not take it into account. So we are checking the nearest moment like this one over here, because here the fractal went, the moving averages are in the correct order. So if we are talking about the downtrend, now the 50 period moving average is down below the first one, the middle one is 100 period moving average, and above is 200 period moving average. So this is our first correct signal. So let's simulate the entry into the market. We have short position. This is our, of course, entry point, because the fractal is visible only after the closing of the candle. So I think we can refer to this candle as our as our stop loss level, as our highest point right here. If we check the left side, you could also go here, but therefore the distance between the entry and the stop loss would be too far, it'd be too great, and the risk would be too high. So again, 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Yep, and see how it went. Would it yield us some money? Maybe right here we would close it, but yeah, couple pips would be missing for us in order to close the transaction automatically. So as you can see, that's how this strategy works. I hope you like this one. It's very easy and convenient to use. So yeah, I think it's a good start for a beginner trader to just hop into the trading platform, add 2 indicators to the chart, and start trading. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.